Attention has become a bad word, like seeking attention or being the center of attention. But actually, I would say that paying careful and caring attention to yourself, treating yourself as important, is really at the heart of mental health well-being and a lot of what we do in ISTDP. This is Dr. Nikos Tsigaras, Counselling Psychologist, an intensive short-term dynamic psychotherapist. So in ISTDP there is a phrase which is paying attention to yourself with love, care and precision. Now what does this mean? Why is it important, and how does it factor in to trauma and relationships and relationship trauma? What's very clear from research is that we assess the environment, other people, situations, firstly in an unconscious way, and this information arrives to us through our emotions. Our emotions are not things in our minds, although we may label them. They are experiences in our bodies. So actually knowing what you are feeling is really important in terms of making sense of situations and making sense of what you have thought is happening. There's basically probably only 5 core emotions: love, joy, anger and rage, grief and sadness, and guilt. Each one of these is distinct, has a distinct physiological expression in the body. And I'm going to be making videos about each of these emotions. Now, what often also happens is that we tend to suppress our emotions and experience symptoms of anxiety instead. And indeed, there are different types of anxiety. So the first thing about making wise decisions in your relationships, in any area of your life, is being quite in tune with the information that your unconscious mind is providing to you through the emotions that you experience in your body. Very often what I find with the people I work with who have consulted me because they've experienced trauma, they have difficulty in relationships or indeed relationship trauma, is that this careful and caring attention to themselves is missing. They may experience a lot of anxiety, or they may have a number of defenses or coping strategies sometimes are called, which actually get in the way of them knowing this information. For example, being people pleasers who actually focus a lot on others and in fact become expert observers of others, but they are very, very poor at carefully observing themselves moment to moment and working out what is happening inside them. This can make someone very vulnerable also to others. So I'm going to be following this video with a series of videos in which I will probably first attend to anxiety, and then slowly amongst other topics I will pick up each one of these emotions and explain them, how we feel them, and some of the ways in which we may stop ourselves from feeling them and the consequences this can have. So I look forward to that, and I hope you'll join me.